Ronnie Sands purchased a stage for the USGA here at the GW Zoo a couple years ago, and being that it's outdoors and it catches a lot of the snow and rain and other things in the elements, some of the wood is kind of rotted and give away. And a couple weeks ago, thunder fell through the stage here with me, so we're repairing some of the boards today, and later on in the week when we get more time, we'll repair the whole thing and just put a whole new floor in it. We're gonna have a great tour. Over 125 people ready. How are y'all doing? Oh, that sucked. How are y'all doing? There you go. All right. You paid to get in here, so if you don't have any fun, it's your problem, not mine. All right. How many of you ever been here before? Wow, cool. Very long ago? Oh, wow, it's all new then. You're in for a whole new treat. Anybody here not got a sense of humor? It is time to get the hell out. This is not SeaWorld. Business card, sir? Here, save the rainforest. Here you go, Chief. Up top, Mom. My contribution to saving the rainforest. There you go, Chief. There you go. You know you're somebody when your picture's on one of them. There you go. Over here and up top. All right. If you'd have visited here a month ago, you could have put them on your feet and stayed dry. All right, well, anyway, hey, now that we broke the ice, we're going to get baby tigers out, baby lalagers out. We're going to wrap you up in snakes. You're going to French kiss camels. You're going to hold alligators. No, you ain't. They blew them up. You're going to get in a cage of full-grown wolves. All kinds of crazy stuff today, okay? So we got a couple of rules in order to keep everybody safe. If you have a cell phone, I need you to shut it off. So that way, if there's an animal in your lap, it doesn't ring and vibrate and startle them and scare. Somebody gets scratched or bit, and then the lawmakers want to make this illegal next year, and our lives will suck worse than they suck now. Go, Obama. 2, if you have jewelry hanging outside your clothes, tuck it in. So the little claws don't break your necklaces, okay? If it's worth anything, I'd maybe even take it out, put it in your pocket. Unless it weighs over a carat, please leave it out. I had a midget with a metal detector following you around, just ignore him. Okay, 2 things everybody always wants to know, so let's get them out of the way. They always want to know, why do you carry a whip? I'm going to get in a cage with 2 full-grown tigers, okay? All right, when they came in, they were small. They were rehomed here. They were not rescued. Big difference. I'll explain all that later, okay? But they grew up in my living room, and one of them is severely cross-eyed, okay? And he looks down to see where he's going. And when you're severely cross-eyed and you look down to see where you're going your entire life and a chicken or a goose walks up next to you, it scares the hell out of you. So it's to keep the chickens away. You think I'm kidding. You'll see. 2, how come I carry a gun? It is my choice to get inside a cage with these 2 full-grown tigers. If something was to go wrong today, my staff is trained to use fire extinguishers on either side of the cage. It does not matter if they kill me today, tomorrow, or 10 years from now. Let them do what they're going to do. Get me out when you can. No big deal. Okay? Do not hurt my tigers. I carry a gun for the simple fact that the animal rights people, and I'm talking about PETA and the Humane Society of the United States, crawl in a park in the middle of the night to poison the animals because they believe they're better off dead than in a cage. A few months ago, just like the music video I just played, they poisoned all my chimpanzees, which are buried behind this waterfall over here. March the 26th, I left this park one time in a year to go to a funeral in Chicago. They crawled in and blew up the alligator house, burning it to the ground, killing 7 alligators and 1 crocodile that all belonged to Michael Jackson. Last year, a crackhead from Mustang, Oklahoma, drove all the way down here at 8 o'clock in the morning, parked in the parking lot, covered himself with a blanket, ran through the gift shop, climbed into that great big lion cage to kill himself. Why the hell he couldn't do that at home, I don't know. So we deal with a few nutbags. So between the hours of 7 o'clock at night and 8 o'clock in the morning, I live in this cage. Crawl my fences while I'm here and I'll cap you in the ass, and that's why I carry a gun. Give me a couple minutes, get tigers in the cage, we'll get on the show. One guess who's cross-eyed. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the Gerald Wayne Interactive Zoological Park. My name's Joe Exotic, and this is Thunder, and this is Lightning. And the park was built in 1997 in memory of my brother. He was killed in Dallas, Texas on October the 14th, 1997 by a drunk driver. One of his dreams in life was to go to Africa and see these animals running free. Since he died before that happened, when I signed the papers to shut his life support machine off, I promised him he would not die for no reason. So me and my mom and dad came to Oklahoma and we built this facility as a memorial to him to rescue and save the animals that he wanted to see. Today I represent 141 other people from all over the world who have died or been killed, and their loved ones who came and built big cages in honor of somebody that they've lost. So we call this a living memorial park because the animals get to live in honor of people who passed away. Today we're the world's largest facility for tigers. We house 187 tigers here that you're going to get up close and personal today without any fences between you and their cages. We're going to put tigers in your lap, and you're going to feel the love and the bond of doing what I do every day of my life for just a few minutes in order to save these majestic creatures. We have less than 3,000 tigers in the wild today. They're doomed to be extinct in the next 10 years. We are not going to be able to stop this. We as human beings destroy their habitat at the rate of 214,000 acres a day because we use too much paneling, plywood, toilet paper, and other things that come from the rainforest. We have less than 2,800 registered tigers in captivity in the United States. And in order to save the 5 subspecies of tigers that we have left on our planet for the next 100 years, we need 10 times that many. So we do breed here, along with rescuing and rehoming animals. There's a big difference between rescues and rehomes, ladies and gentlemen. A rescued animal is an animal that's in dire need of being rescued, whether it's beat, abused, starved, neglected, abandoned, or whatever. It has a matter of days before it dies and it needs rescued. A rehomed animal is an animal such as Thunder and Lightning that just fell on hard times, whether the owner died, the laws changed, finances changed, something happened, and they needed a new place to live, but they're healthy. They do not need rescue. As the world's largest facility for tigers, we legitimately rescue anywhere between 5 and 10 tigers a year. We rehome anywhere between 30 and 50. Our largest rehome today was 42 tigers at one time. And what we do is we bring them here and we get them up to health, and the ones that are not imperfect, such as Thunder being cross-eyed, we donate them to national zoos all over the world. So that way they can live in $1 million displays instead of overcrowded sanctuaries. So if you see on the internet, ladies and gentlemen, somebody trying to raise $10,000 to $30,000 to rescue a tiger tied to a drug dealer's basement, I can promise you it's a scam. We do not have a tiger emergency in America. It's a $500 million a year business on the internet, sucking on your heartstrings for tiger causes, and not a dime of it makes it to a tiger. So if you want to help animals, go down to your local shelter where they have dogs and cats. Give your money away there so you keep an eye on where it's going and what it's doing to help animals. Quit giving it away to people on the internet that you don't know. So, a lot of people wonder, well, how dangerous is all of this? 21 people have been killed in the last 21 years by big cats. Never in the history of our planet has a tiger or a lion got out of his cage, ran through the neighborhood, down to the 7-Eleven, and killed a member of the general public. It has simply never happened. We've all put ourselves in this position in order to work with these animals. I, as an American citizen, should have the right to choose the risk of my profession. No different than you being a cop, a firefighter, an oil rig worker, getting on that interstate today and thinking you're going to make it home alive. You have more of a risk of being killed today on that highway than I do working with 187 tigers. So ban laws here in America are only going to do one thing for this tiger, and that's force him into extinction. So in order to work with them, you got to keep in mind 2 things, all right? 1, they're no different than your dog or cat at home. All they got's a mouth and 4 feet to interact with, okay? The only difference is mine have 3-inch teeth and they weigh 400 pounds. So we have some boundaries that we do not cross. One of those boundaries are, you can see that he is allowed to play and bite, okay? But he ain't allowed to bite down. How we stop that, it's called conditioning. As you can tell, they're not trained to do anything. Over a period of time, when they bite too hard, it's very simple. You tap them on the nose, you flick their whiskers, and you say no bite. They understand that. They're very intelligent animals, okay? They either quit biting or they go sit in that cage all day. Same thing with his toenails. He does have all his toenails, but in order to interact with me, he's not allowed to use those toenails. Same difference, you tap him on the feet, you say no claws, or he goes and sits in that cage. You're really on it today, aren't you? Okay, so, no bite. Fly spray, they hate it. Okay, so a couple of the other things are, as long as they're standing up on all fours, you never get down to their level. So that way when they want to run and play and jump on you, you're prepared to take that jump. Most accidents in this industry all happen from them wanting to play. They knock you down, you break your neck, you hurt major arteries and stuff like that. It's not that they want to kill you. These animals have been in a cage their whole life. They don't even know how to kill anything, okay? They sit in a cage all day long and they're bored as hell, so they want to play, all right? And that's when most accidents in this industry happen. You got to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that the last and most important thing is to avoid getting injured working with two big tigers like this is from the minute they're little to the minute they weigh 400 pounds, we do not encourage roughhouse play. Because when you're in a cage with two 400-pound tigers and they decide you're the squeaky toy, there's no stopping them. So, it's all built on love, affection, and respect of each other, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 2 hours, we're going to put you in a place that you have never been, interacting with animals that you could only dream of. And we're going to make sure that you have a whole lot of fun, because I need you to go tell your friends and family about your experience you're about to have here today, because we can't afford a whole lot of marketing and advertising. So, from me and Thunder and Lightning, the other 800 animals that live here at the zoo, my staff, but most of all, my brother above, I'd like to say thanks for coming out to the zoo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a couple people following you around today. One of them's from my TV reality show, so some of you might end up on an episode and some of you might not. When we get to the snake part, if you cuss, don't worry about it. They got a machine to get rid of that, okay? And some of you will. All right, there's another guy that's going to be following you around today. You might have seen some of his work, and you might not admit you've seen some of his work. He filmed that tent scene from Brokeback Mountain. He never been the same since. We call him Brokeback Timmy, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, anyway, he's going to be following you around today, taking pictures of you interacting with the animals. And by the time he's done, he'll have anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 pictures on a CD for you to take home and do anything you want, okay? So for the next 2 hours, you concentrate on having all the fun and let us do all the work, okay? And we got a break station halfway. We're going to give you something to drink, cool off. If you get a little wheezy before we get to that break station, let me know before we have to call the ambulance, okay? All right, so I'm going to turn this over to William here for just a minute. We're going to go crawl in a cage with 5 more tigers. We're going to get on with the show.